Hi everyone, it's Emma and Carrie from the Wellbeing Centre for Learning. This is episode 4 of Creating a Successful Life. And today we're talking about tough love and that road to empowerment. So from episode 2, we've talked about looking at what we call the wheel of well-being, but looking at the aspects of your life that are important to you. So financial, family, health, well-being, personal development. In episode 3, we talked about mindset, a lot around thinking big, starting to alter your mindset, that positive mindset. And today, it is tough love. And we're talking more about taking responsibility for yourself and your life. And it actually means taking 100% responsibility, no excuses, getting on with it, and taking 100% responsibility for what you're doing and why you're doing it.
Yeah, so this might feel a little bit uncomfortable to some people because it's not going to be an easy process. So what we need to do is bring you face to face, put a mirror in front of you for you to view the reality of your current situation. Yeah. Now, there might be many people out there at the moment that are not feeling satisfied with their sort of areas of their life at the moment, and not understanding, feeling it's not fair, feeling that others are responsible for that unfairness within your life. The key message at this point is that everything, you know, the most things that are happening in your life is because you're either creating it or you're allowing it to happen to yourself. So you're putting yourself in positions. So we're holding that mirror up today. So your decision today is, do you want to come face to face with that reality and be able to put the changes into your life? Or are you happy with staying static and with the outcomes that you're currently getting? So that's
I think it is. It is a hard look at yourself in the mirror and being thoroughly honest with yourself. And this isn't actually a very easy, sometimes, process to go through, because some of the things that you think are other people's fault, or your boss has been mean, or I don't know, your partner or something, or the kids are playing up or something else, you can find excuses to excuse yourself from taking the responsibility that maybe these changes need. So it is a hard look at yourself in the mirror, and that reality, and it's a good cathartic process to go through.
So every decision that you have made and every thought you have had has brought you to the outcome that you are at today. Mm-hmm. So it really is, do you want to stay and have those repeat patterns still happening? So if you're feeling that you're failing in an area, do you want to continue with that failure? Or do you want to change your behaviours so that you can actually then change the outcome that then occurs? So we need to sort of break it down a little bit more to look at the things that people tend to do, the traits they tend to have if they are not achieving success. Yeah. So we tend to find, Emma, that, you know, we've met a few people, they come to us, they want us to wave a magic wand, don't they? Yeah. And that's not what coaching and motivation is about. It has to be within you. You have to take responsibility. It's not up to us. We cannot run a lap to make you fitter. You have to do that yourself. You have to give yourself that mental and physical exercise to get you where you need to be. There's no point us doing it at all, because it's not going to achieve anything for you. So, you know, usually the first thing is we notice people making excuses, don't we, Emma? Blaming others, you know, not taking that accountability, not feeling that responsibility.
I think sometimes it can be where people blame their upbringing or their parents or the educational system, or I don't know if they're part of a community of church or something like that. They can come up with a whole list of reasons why that they are only where they are and actually still not taking responsibility for themselves. So it really is a harsh reality.
But these things that they're holding on to there, Emma, is like sort of an education system. They can change. This happened in the past. So there's things that's happened in the past, and things, you know, lives progress. And in adulthood, they could actually do that. They could make those changes. They could for instance, take on education, you know, do a master's or whatever they want to do. You can do that at any age, can't you? So, yeah. So just because something, you know, wasn't the best situation to be conducive to learning or progressing in the past is not your excuse for in the now, because you can change that. So a lot of people also, they don't seem to see the effect that they have either and on an outcome. So when sort of like we regularly are talking to people and doing workshops, you know, they're oblivious that they've actually had an impact by things that they've said. They don't see that other people necessarily are reacting to their action. They're just and that's how they then justify blaming somebody else in their dealings and passing the responsibility on. So they're transferring that across. So it is.
I think it's liberating and empowering, though, once you're at that point of realization and taking that responsibility. All of a sudden, the whole world opens up to you, doesn't it? The opportunities and that growth, that personal development and growth, your eyes feel like they're wider. You get a different spring in your step, don't you? It is truly transformational, isn't it? Even as a character, it can be transformational. And what happens is, I think you grow a different, maybe set of beliefs, and maybe sometimes a different set of friends. But you actually find that you're attracting the people that you need in your life that can have that positive influence around you as well.
The thing is, yeah, the thing is though, when you're sort of making excuses and you're blaming others, you're actually giving your power away. You're giving your ability away to make change. So you're disarming yourself. And that's why it's so important, although it's a difficult process, is why we've called it Tough Love Road to Empowerment. Because how much better do you think that you're going to feel if you feel empowered within yourself to make changes in your life, that you can actually facilitate that change in your life? No one else can do that for you. The power is in yourself to make those transformations. I mean, that is the truly exciting part.
It's amazing, there's the fantastic part of what we do, because actually when it does click and somebody, and you're working with them so closely from a coaching point of view, and you see it, we see it so many times, that actually it is a bit like a light bulb moment going on, and it is like, I can do this, I am doing this, and look how far I've come, and been on that journey with them sometimes. I mean, that's obviously where some of what we get, the joy out of what we get for doing it as well, isn't it? But it is truly liberating.
So I suppose the question that we're going to ask you for this episode, that we need you to sort of go away and think about, is, are you willing to change to get a different outcome? Are you going to come face to face and take responsibility and look at things from a different perspective to become successful in your life, to achieve that success that you're obviously craving at this point? So, you know, it's about taking responsibility, not making excuses, putting change into your life, responding quickly, seeing the opportunities rather than being negative about change, but seeing the opportunities of change. These are all mindsets and behaviours.
Yeah.
People that are empowering themselves and will, as a result, make successful decisions.
Yeah, and I think that is the partnership that we have, isn't it, when we're working so closely with people around the coaching programs that we do, that a lot of this does actually comes back to confidence, self-confidence, but actually working and empowering through mindset and changing those mindset areas of their life that they need to improve on, isn't it, and how they think about it and how they perceive it.
Yeah, sometimes we've got to face some difficult things to face to be able to make changes, because we wouldn't be in the situation to start with if we didn't need to change. So.
No, it's liberating in the end. Actually, being on part of this and doing, listening to these workshops and these podcasts, in a way, it takes you through that journey to ultimately where you can be to facilitate those changes yourself.
Absolutely. Well, we'll leave you with that. We can't wait to hear sort of what your decisions are and the way you're going to choose. And we're hoping it's empowerment. And we look forward to talking to you on our next episode. So, see you later. Bye.
Bye. Bye.